Let's go on, let's start up again. Next. I think it's Sharon, isn't it? Okay, Sharon, take it off.
Okay, application 3493 for Inglewood Valley Unit 1 subdivision. Licensing has reviewed this irritable land exhibit and recommended for approval.
I hear a motion.
I'll make the motion.
All right.
Second.
Larry made the motion, George second, all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed, same sign.
Application 3494 for Sepaju number 2 subdivision. And licensing has reviewed this irritable land exhibit and recommends it for approval.
Move to approve.
Mike made the motion,
Second.
Larry second, all in favor signify by saying aye. Aye, same sign, anyone opposed. Okay, next.
Application 3312 for Socorro Logistics subdivision. Licensing has reviewed this irritable land exhibit and recommends it for approval.
Okay, now who did you say that was?
It's for Socorro Logistics. I
Socorro
apologize.
Logistics.
Yeah, I didn't put it in there. But the application is by SLC Building and LLC and SLC Building 8. This is actually a formality. We have brought this to you before, but the name of the owner changed.
Okay. 60 acres is a pretty large one. All right, do I hear?
Move to approve.
All right, Mike made the motion,
Second.
Larry second, all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed, same sign. Okey dokey.
The next four applications for Fiber Light, we're requesting to move these into closed session.
Fiber line, okay, we'll go to close on those.
Aye.
That's,
All
40, 45, 46, 47,
80, yes,
48,
40,
okay,
34, 45, yes.
okay. Good. All right, next,
Application 3479 for the city of Socorro. It's a renewal for a 25-year license for the public park. Licensing has reviewed this application and recommends it for approval.
Move to approve. Second.
all right, Mike made the motion, George second, all in favor signify by saying aye.
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 So we're gonna, just to be clear on the minutes or whatever, it's renewal with modifications, right?
Correct. Is that the one we discussed?
It's
Yeah.
just,
We reduced the square footage on it.
Yes.
Yeah.
okay, yeah,
Yeah.
that's that, all right.
The next two are applications for Fiesta Palms Limited for private potable water lines.
You guys wanna explain that, or MJ?
So,
Yeah.
this is a development on behalf of Tropicana. It's off of Horizon Boulevard, going up towards I-10 on the east side of Horizon Boulevard. It essentially sits kind of corner to Hermanos Farms on this side of the drain. So what's happened here, the city of El Paso and really the county has, this is essentially a fire line and it's an apartment complex. The meter, as opposed to being by the complex, the city, the county of El Paso, the city and Lower Valley, it's a new subdivision requirement. They're going to stop the meter off the main line. So that as soon as the lateral comes off the main feed from this El Paso Water Lower Valley, they're gonna meter the potable water line for the complex, apartment complex, right at the lateral. And so at that point, if it's crossing over one of our facilities, it's gonna be a private line, if you will. So this is Fiesta Palms, it's the rentals that Tropicana makes. There's some here in Clinton,
yeah.
Clinton High School,
Yeah.
Sanelli, Canutillo, Anthony. So this is another one of them, but I guess as of now, before El Paso Water, they would basically run the water all the way to the complex and then send the bill to each individual tenant. And now they're going to meter, so there's gonna be a master meter and it'll be a private line, which is something that the district had not licensed. I mean, anyone that we would only license potable water to the municipalities, the entities, which El Paso Water, Lower Valley. So this is a new requirement from the County of El Paso and the city, and it has been adopted. So we're gonna see some of these. So it's just for the potable water. The sewer, it'll still be under El Paso Water or Lower Valley, which is, like contamination or whatnot. So that's good. It's not gonna be privatized.
So the fire hydrants are on the other side of the meter
Yes.
What?
I don't know,
now. That's why it's a 6-inch going around the property.
It's-
and
This one's 8 inches.
This is the first one we received, yeah, 8 inch,
First
6
one's
inch.
an 8.
One's a
They're
potable,
both big.
water, to feed the potable water line, and the other one is for the fire hydrant. I mean, they're both potable water, but one's for a fire hydrant and one's for the domestic use.
So the city who's supplying water is saying they only want one bill to go out, and it'll go out to Fiesta Falls
Right.
or something like that?
Whoever is the management agency of the apartments, but they can sub-meter them.
So.
Then inside
That's
of that.
not uncommon in cities. What's uncommon is, I've never seen them before,
Fire
is a
hydrant.
fire.
Yeah.
Huh.
Just
Private meter the fire hydrants?
I don't know the details on that, but they're private fire hydrants. Who inspects them, who takes care of them?
Wow.
Yeah, I've never seen that. It's first, I talked to Jan, I talked about it.
So, yeah, you'll be seeing more of
They're,
these.
I guess reducing the city's cost of taking care of fire hydrants, but I guess if the fire hydrant doesn't work.
Yeah, that's what good as a fire hydrant. Anyway,
So maybe the fire departments will come around and validate them, I don't know.
we'll occasionally open them up and make sure they work.
Right.
Well, I would be concerned about city name changes. They sell this property to some other ABC corporation.
Management, yeah, we'll have to track it now.
Yes, so no, so these are, and we inquired about that, and obviously we looked on the Secretary of State and got on it's an LLC, and then there's some managing partners and whatnot. So these are tied together with some government funding for a minimum of 25 years, so it'll be run and owned by this entity for 25 years, which is essentially the license, and then it'll be reviewed by them. Had that conversation with Tropicana, so.
It's just gonna get, for us, I mean, it's not a big deal, but it's gonna be like if we have an issue with that water line, I mean, that immediately what Peter was gonna, which would be normal, because most of them, all of them are that way, he's gonna go to the city, or to the Lower Valley, or to the city of El Paso. And now he's gonna have, there's gonna be this iteration about who's,
Wow.
you'll have to go back to our license and our research.
Gotta
to
find
out
one of
that
the
now we
Holy
have private.
Brothers and-
Yeah,
yeah.
so it's gonna, it's, you know, and it's probably not a big deal, these first ones that happen, there's not much we can do about it, we researched it. and
Yeah, so we're.
It's a requirement that they've changed, and so
Wow.
We asked them to put ballots.
validating it the best we can on both sides, yeah.
And then like you're saying, they can probably internally, they're gonna have to put their own meters to meter each.
Yeah, we don't
That's
get
up to
involved in
them.
that, but it's up to them, yeah, it's not our
Wow.
issue, but,
Wow, that's amazing.
it's just,
They'll probably just, they'll probably just do the rent, you know, as a whole, and then, just, they'll pay the lump sum, yeah, one master meter, and then just divide it amongst 10.
yeah, I don't know, maybe some of these government subsidized, they can do that, and a lot of the stuff, TCU got rules now, you can't do it, you have to be metered individually because of conservation, so you're responsible for your,
I have no idea.
even if it's just
Okay.
inside water, they want you not
So,
taking long showers.
after the bottom line, after y'all looking at all this, you figure that, I mean, that's fine, we're doing, what are we gonna do?
What are we gonna do? I mean, the guy, we can't shut, it would shut down his whole thing, it was a mandated thing from another governmental entity,
Wow. Okay,
and
So you said just
if we did give it to them, they couldn't
get used to seeing more again.
they wouldn't have.
They couldn't
any
shut
water.
proceed.
everything
They
down.
couldn't proceed with their bill, which, they were already, most of them are.
Okay.
I'll make a motion.
All right, so Larry made the motion to approve application 3486 and 3488. George seconded. All in favor, signify by saying aye. Aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed, same sign. Okay. Sharon, go ahead.
Application 3491 by Masota Construction, Corporation for a temporary construction license. Licensing has reviewed this application and recommended for approval.
Temporary construction on the right side.
Move to approve. Is that?
Wait a minute, I'm gonna ask that one question I asked last time too. Temporary? The meaning of temporary?
This was, actually, it already occurred, it was a week. It was a week long.
Oh, it's already happened?
It's happening.
You authorize him to
So-
sign it, you
so-
guys are just
Yeah, that's mine.
after the.
Okay, never mind.
Yeah.
Mike, did you make that motion?
Yes, sir.
Second. Second, Larry,
Bring it.
second. All in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Anyone opposed, same sign. All right, next, Sharon.
Application 3492 by Z-Tex Construction, also temporary construction license, which, this one has also been constructed as well on the Mrs. Bergery.
All right, I hear a motion.
Move to approve.
Mike made the motion.
I think the
George seconds.
resolution limits them, Jay's authority to 6
So
months.
6 months is the
This
absolute.
is the
max.
absolute max, okay. All in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye, anyone opposed, same sign. Okey dokey. Let's, go on to 16.
Application 3490 by Gain Construction for a dewatering license, and they will be dewatering into a 7-field ladder. Licensing has reviewed this application and recommends it for approval.
No time on it again, so it's automatic up to 6 months?
So the dewatering, at 6 months, they expire, yes, they
Okay.
expire, and they provide us an estimate on the amount of water to be
And they take the money.
dewatered, and they've
Okay.
deposited a
If
check.
they don't use it, we give them some money back.
Exactly.
Do I hear a motion?
So move.
Larry made the motion. George seconds it. All in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed, same sign. Okay,
The next two are, application 3469 and 3470 for their approval letters under the city of Socorro to, place, for roadways for box culverts, within the, Horizon Park subdivision. Licensing has reviewed these applications and recommends it for approval.
okey-doke.
Move to approve.
All right, Mike made the motion.
Second.
Larry second. All in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Anyone opposed? Same sign. All right. 18.
The next two are application 3495 and 3497. This is to classify non-irrigable land as irrigable land.
Let's do them each separate, because they're
Okay.
different people.
So 3495 is at address 13471 Beret Road. And the applications have been reviewed and by licensing, and a license recommends this for approval.
Okay, this is right in back of the town of Clint, right?
Yes, that's right by the district.
But you want me- I'm sorry, I'm not sure, I was getting ready for the next. You want me to show them over here? or-
Right.
It's
All right, this one, the 3495.
This is. It's just one.
It's right here, North Loop in front of the,
Okay.
Yeah,
yeah.
Track order. I'm gonna type it in.
Okay.
I didn't know we
It's
wanted-
right here, as you come down
What did you do?
I-10 from Mamacitas, it's directly to the left, North Loop.
directly to
They're
the
right.
left.
Well, you hit North Loop, you hang a left, it's that
Yeah.
first subdivision on the left.
Okay,
But
That was never irrigated
it has not,
before? Seems like it would be.
you would think.
yeah, there, you're talking about the fruit stand, but you're talking about the other
Yeah,
side
the
of the
fruit
fruit
stand
stand.
on the side, yeah.
Yes, behind there, about,
Yeah, there's some,
so that subdivision
There's a
comes up in front of the,
Yeah.
Edwards, in front of the Edwards.
Oh, yeah, okay, okay.
It's the first property downstream, it's the first property off the Sand Hill.
all right, George Martinez.
Yeah.
Okay, and it's, about an acre, a little over an acre.
Once you
Okay.
guys are done with it, I'll find it.
It's in a subdivision.
That's all right, I know where it is now.
He might have to pump a little, but there's a concrete line ditch right adjacent to his property.
But y'all have reviewed it, right?
Yes, no, we reviewed it, yeah, you can see it up there.
Oh, it's like in the kind of sand.
Yeah, it's right at the corner, yeah.
Oh,
it's-
yeah.
But,
Oh, okay.
right adjacent, yeah, there's a ditch right there, running parallel. Yeah, right there, yeah.
And that's next to the Everett property, right?
But, the other's a little bit downstream.
Downstream?
Yeah. But yeah, there's a ditch running all along there, so you might have to pump, but yeah, he's done very good. The guy next door has some pomegranates.
Those pomegranates.
All these are pomegranates? Wow. That's a lot of pomegranates.
A lot of pomegranates.
It's a nightmare.
Yeah, that'll work.
Somebody who's grown pomegranates.
It's a nightmare when it's time to sell them. Believe me, I have.
Yeah, but not anybody who's grown pomegranates.
I got 50
Yeah, I got a lot more
The
than that.
Eddie, the birds out.
No, they're good. Pomegranates are great for taking, the problem is market.
Yeah.
You know, you go in the stores and they're $3 a pomegranate, and you think, I gotta push it home with about 300, you get them off, you go try and talk to people, and
Sorry,
it just doesn't work. Or, I haven't been able to make it work, so I end up giving them all away, which is fine. Okay, application 3495. All right, do I hear a motion?
Move to approve.
All right, Mike made the motion,
It's not.
George second. Thank you, George. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Anyone opposed, same sign. Next one, by Chris Stewart.
Application for 3497 by Chris Stewart, and the address is 724 Gary Lane. It's 0.82 acres. Licensing has reviewed this application and recommends it for approval.
Okay, it's in a place where they can get irrigation
This is,
water, or it's been irrigated.
This is very strange, so this is by Boy Scout
Yeah.
up in the west side in
Oh,
Frontera.
it's around the west side.
So this gentleman has a concrete line ditch running parallel to the street in front of his house and doesn't have water rights, never had water rights. It's the strangest deal. Well, everybody irrigates around him. So he recently bought the house a few years ago, so he I don't know.
Decided he wants to irrigate.
Yes, as you can see, there's, I don't know, everybody irrigates.
Everybody
got
else
water
irrigates
rights.
in his
front yard.
Wow.
Yeah, there's a concrete ditch running parallel to the front yard. It was the strangest deal how this did not have water rights. But yeah, so
Never has had a water right?
no,
Well, maybe prior to.
this is the 1939 guy I was talking to you about. So
Excuse me, no,
We don't- I
the
think it did have
classification
to
is C,
have-
it never
Yeah.
did have water rights.
yeah, no, but so this is not in a subdivision per se. It's still in a tract, I guess, if you will, an Upper Valley Survey. But yeah, so he's recently bought the property a couple years ago, so he's paid back taxes and he's ready to irrigate. And I don't know, very strange. Maybe the previous owner was irrigating. We just assumed he had water rights. Who knows? But yeah, he's doing it the right way. Yeah, exactly. So,
All right,
So
so,
that ditch doesn't feed, there's a farm over here still, right? And
right.
it doesn't feed through that though, does it?
No, the ditch is right in front of his house. It goes.
No, it's a community, it's not ours.
No, that's not ours. It's
I
community
know,
ditch.
but what feeds, what's the
The
main?
Montoya Branch C, ours,
Oh.
is the Montoya Branch C. It's
Just throw this right
Yeah,
here.
right there,
Mhm.
yes.
all right, so y'all looked at it and decided it's okay.
I move to accept application 3497.
All right,
Second.
George made the motion, Mike second, all in favor, signify by saying aye. Aye, anyone opposed, same sign. Very good, all right, now to, declaration of surplus land.
I don't know, I was there a minute ago.
I know you were. Okay,
We needed to look at.
so, we've, ran,
9.5 acre Mesa Spur Drain.
yes, this is, we've discussed this with operations and maintenance, and if you see it up there, this starts at the city limit of Socorro, right there where the hand is. The portion upstream from there is, Ben Ivy's, has been sold, the portion of the Mesa Spur upstream, that's where it starts, Mesa Spur drain, that's been sold, and declared surplus and sold. So this is, before y'all requesting to designate this next portion from, the city of El Paso and the city of Socorro, city limit demarcation line right there, to Nuevo Waco tanks, that entire section of the Mesa Spur drain. It's the same owner, he bought both properties as the warehouse folks. So there's no farming going on, other than that corner adjacent to right there, yeah, the corn maze. We talked to maintenance operations and they are okay with it. Dr. Bear looked at it, we looked at it. So the district, or I'm sorry, we're asking to designate, if the board would consider designating this as surplus for a potential sale in the future.
That's the one that goes up from the,
To the sand hills there.
Yes,
The one from Ben Ivy's down towards, no,
Road, yes,
and you got, all you got there is, that
one landowner.
guy has a bin in the little park or whatever,
Ben bought the other section.
Correct.
Yeah.
So this would be from where Ben ends,
right there.
which is right there,
And this is another owner.
to the roadway. It's the same owner, he owns both, property on both sides.
And Enrique, something or other?
No, he's, so they've sold it, Enrique Escobar sold it to, it is, TLC Holdings out of Atlanta.
Oh.
So they're doing the warehouses, and, right now, this is where that temporary construction license that you see on here from Z-Tex, they put a 48-inch culvert in the Mesa Spur. They're transferring, sand and clay from one side to the other to mix with dirt, but, yeah, they're gonna build warehouses on both sides.
So they wanna cover up that thing.
They're interested in purchasing it, yes,
And we're not using it at all.
we don't use it, it doesn't have any water,
Big.
so.
Now, where the owner put a concrete ditch all the way to that one?
No, he put in,
Yeah, they, for this one, in the last project, they put this concrete ditch in, it's a long ways.
oh, wait, what?
Yeah, that's the one I'm talking
And that,
about.
Oh,
that
yes.
ditch stays there, it's a
The
private
community
ditch.
ditch, yeah, it's a private ditch, it's not ours, so there is a culvert that goes across the Mesa Spur drain, which would be reserved as an easement for the delivery of water, yeah, right there. So that, in any potential future sale, that would be, designated as a perpetual easement.
The easement's not our easement, it's
No,
not easement
It's
to,
just for this.
we have given an easement to this owner for that.
Right.
But this
So that,
9.5
the land's gonna come burdened with that easement.
But the 9.5 acres is ours to sell if we so desire.
That's the area of the drain from the street right here, all the way up to the city limit, yes.
It could be worth some pretty good.
I was gonna say, it's
Man.
worth the money.
We could
Well,
get
the first step is just, is it surplus, can we even sell it?
Why couldn't
So we're gonna declare it surplus.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, the board, yeah, the board, it's, we've had several meetings on it, and we
Yeah.
can't find any reason that we, unless
Need
we're
it?
missing something, maybe the board sees something. Indark used to always, be worried about flood, somebody like the city or the county might water for flood. We haven't talked to the city about it, but the first step would be to see if the board, if we don't need it, I mean, obviously, we're not in the flood business, so even if it was for flood, it would be the city could buy it from us. And so the next step, as you guys know, would be we look at all buyers, not just this buyer. So, they're adjacent on both sides, so it makes them a favor, under the law, but a governmental entity's a favored buyer too. But I know there's flooding issues up there, so I think the minimum we need to advise, once it becomes, if you guys declare it surplus, is let the city and
Let the
the
city
city
know.
know.
City Socorro.
Yeah.
Sure.
That'd be curious.
Sure.
They may want it for storm drain or something.
I have, I'm not sure what, maybe they don't want it at all, and then,
They wanna put a cell tower up there or something.
we could sell it for some tower use,
Keep
still
it-
keep it operational. We haven't had any water in that for, our guys at operations gone, for as long as I can remember.
Okay.
20 years, right?
So,
I remember when we used to run.
Yeah, I remember a long time ago, like 20
It's not, in other words, it's not
yeah.
hurting anything to put it in surplus, it's just something that's.
Unless you guys can think of something,
doing your due diligence, y'all can't come up with
you
anything.
can't come up with anything.
Might be able to make a little couple of nickels.
Yeah, you'll make some nickels.
You don't think we would have any trouble with the guy that's got that little farm up there?
No, we're not gonna pay the delivery of
He's not gonna interfere with it, and his easement's gonna stay intact forever, or perpetual. Then once we get surplus, you guys may decide that, hey, you wanna lease it instead of selling it.
Right.
So that's a decision we'll make
Right.
in a future board meeting. But all this is giving us the opportunity to start discussions with people.
I make a motion.
Okay, Larry made the motion, George seconds the motion. We go ahead with the declaration of surplus land for that portion of the Mesa Spur drain. All in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Anyone opposed? Same sign. All right, next will be closed session.
Do we need, is this where we discuss the next board meeting or?
No, after we come out, before. So next to last. Right before they adjourn.
Okay.
Okay, yeah, we can do it now, I don't care.
Oh, he wants it, okay.
Consideration of that adjournment. Yeah, we can do it when we come back out. Let's go ahead and, a quick break. Anybody needs it?
Good now.
Nobody needs it? All right, let's go right into closed session. All right.